I'm going first today. For those of you who don't know, I'm Emma, but I'm assuming you
Hi, Emma.
Hi, Charlie.
Emma. Single and ready to mingle.
Long walks on the beach.
Okay.
If you like pina colada.
Shut up! You had your spotlight yesterday.
Okay. So the way I figure it, everyone gets a miracle. Like, I probably will never be struck by lightning or win a Nobel Prize or become the dictator of a small nation in the Pacific Islands or spontaneously combust.
You never know.
But if you consider all the unlikely things together, at least one of them will happen to each of us. I could have seen it rain frogs, or I could have stepped foot on Mars. I could have been eaten by a whale. But my miracle is different. This is my miracle. And I really mean that, because you guys are amazing and talented and fabulous and hilarious and wonderfully imperfect. And I love every second of it. Sorry, I messed up my flow.
Mrs. would be so excited.
I know, right? I'll never be anything but grateful for every moment that we've spent together. And even though sometimes I fumble for the words and I don't really know what to say, all I really wanted to say just right here today was thank you. And then I'm also going to read Crazy Ones, because I love it. Here's to the crazy ones. The misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes. The ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, glorify or disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. While you may see them as crazy ones, we see genius. Because the ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do.
Yay.
Alright, I am reading something, but I just wanted to first apologize for this year, because I feel like this year I have been slightly more angry than I have every other year here. And I feel like that deserves an apology in and of itself, because each and every one of you deserves my utmost respect, my utmost love, and you're all a bunch of douchebags, that's what I'm saying. Alright. Everything is more complicated than it seems. You can only see a tenth of what is true. There are a million little strings attached to every decision you make. And you can destroy your life every time you choose. You may never trace life and its source. You may never find out for 20 years. And you may only get one chance to play your life out. And they say there is no fate, but there is, and it's what you create. And although the world goes on for eons and eons, we are only here for a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a second. Most of our time is spent being dead or not yet born. But while we are alive, we wait in vain, wasting years for a phone call, a letter, or a look from someone or something to make it all right. So you wait in vain, wasting years, and it never comes, or it seems it doesn't really. And so you spend your time in vague regret or even vaguer hope that something good will come along, something to make you feel whole, something to make you feel connected, something to make you feel loved. And the truth is, I feel so fucking tired. And the truth is, I feel so sad. And the truth is, I feel so angry. And the truth is, for just as long as I've been pretending to be okay, just to get along, I don't know why, maybe no one wants to hear about my misery, because maybe everyone has their own. And I see your misery. I see the fatigue on your faces. But you know what else I see? I see the fire in your eyes. The burning compassion to put on a show. To put on a show worthy of the fat lady.
should come back for this. Okay. Well, I'm not very good with words because I can't say them. But I'm going to use some other people's, so if you know what I'm about to say, try not to say it before I say it. 407 years ago, I had a dream. That one day, I would meet a group of people that would make me laugh, cry, and want to punch them all at the same time. I never knew that I would find that group here. You had me at hello. I came into this not auditioning. I made Manuel an offer he couldn't refuse. Or knowing anything. First we were all like, whoa. Then I was like, whoa. And then we're all like, whoa. I told you not to. We're all crazy, delusional, eccentric, nerdy, and most importantly, the weirdest people I've ever met in one sitting. But I said to myself, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Then it ended and I felt something missing in my life. I couldn't stay away. I got a fever, and the only prescription was more Manuel.
I don't even know what that means.
Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's gross.
It gets the people going. So, I came back and I met all you new, wonderfully insane people, and we all goes together like peas and carrots. We've all created friendships and memories that will last a lifetime. This right here is the stuff that dreams are made out of. My mama always said, you've got to put the past behind you before you can move on. But frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. We are all a family now, and wherever life may take me, I'll always remember there's no place like home. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. After all, tomorrow is another day. Now, for all you that are left, I have this for you. Carpe diem. Seize the day, boys. Make your lives extraordinary. For all of you fellow seniors, thanks for the adventure. Now go have a new one. And that's all I have to say about
Cultural references. I wrote this morning. I think, yeah. Or yesterday.
Glad to know you care about us.
My heart. Okay. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm a techie.
Hi, Sarah.
I've been a stage crew addict for 1.5 years now. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. You guys are like my other family. I have now gained crazy but loving aunts, insane weird brothers, parents that control everything and joke around, and other quirky, fantastic members of my family. I usually stay away from the theater because I can't act, as we all witnessed the other day when I was filling in for people.
I don't have any family.
Charlie, that was not
My
me.
duty. My duty.
It's my duty.
But since I was introduced to stage crew, I've now realized my mistake. This amazing, hilarious, talented, outgoing, crazy, accepting... Shut up! Twins, shut up! Can I read that again? This amazing, hilarious, talented, outgoing, crazy, accepting group of people should have been in my life a lot sooner. There are so many fantastic moments on crew weekends and during Hell Week that I will remember for the rest of my life, probably. Unless I go crazy.
It happens now.
There are times when we laughed until we cried, or cried until someone has made us laugh. If there was a problem, yo, we'll solve it.
Come on, you stop. What is this?
You guys are the best, and I wouldn't want a different group of people to experience this with. This has been a fantastic play, and I can't wait for musical. You all rock, stay cool, and cold, I guess, because it's cold out here. You guys are awesome friends. Oh, by the way, do you know what else levels things?
Earthquakes, tsunamis. Oh, too soon.
Too soon. And my speech was a little origami fox, but I don't know how to put it back together.
Wait, Spencer.
I didn't have any time today to like.
Let your heart speak.
Can I just do it tomorrow?
We have like 5 people tomorrow, so
Swing it.
You can read this.
You can literally see his face growing more red. All you gotta do is just read the paper.
He's turning red.
And we mentioned Katie.
Trying to get them off.
We're reading.
Huh?
Where's 3?
Where's 3?
It's right in the face.
Franny's
Wait,
right.
I see it right here.
Oh, we're reading 3.
Okay.
I thought.
Franny was now sitting with the flat of her free hand pressed against the side of her face, like someone with an excruciating toothache. One other thing, and that's all, I promise you. But the thing is, you raved and you bitched while you came home about the stupidity of audiences. The... God darn. Unskilled laughter coming from the 5th row, and that's right. God knows it's depressing. I'm not saying it isn't, but that's none of your business. That's none of your business, really. That's none of your business, Franny. And an artist's only concern is to shoot for some kind of perfection and on his own terms, not anyone else's. You have no right to think about those things, I swear to you. Not in any real sense, anyway. You know what I mean? There was a silence. Both saw it through without any seeming impatient or awkwardness. Franny still appeared to have some considerable pain on the side of her face and continued to keep her hand on it, but her expression was marked uncomplaining.
The voice at the other end came through again. I remember about the 5th time I ever went on Wise Child. I subbed for Walt a few times when he was in a cast. Remember when he was in that cast? Anyway, I started bitching one night before the broadcast. Seymour told me to shine my shoes just as I was going out the door with Waker. I was furious. The studio audience were all morons. The announcer was a moron. The sponsors were morons. And I just damn well wasn't going to shine my shoes for them, I told Seymour. I said that he couldn't see them anyway, where we sat.
He said to shine them anyway. He said, shine them for the fat lady. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about, but he had a very Seymour look on his face. And so did I. So I did it. He never did tell me who the fat lady was, but I shined my shoes for the fat lady every time I ever went on the air again. All the years you and I were on the program together, if you remember. I don't think I missed more than just a couple of times. This terribly clear picture of the fat lady formed in my mind. I had her sitting on the porch all day, swatting flies with her radio going full blast from morning till night. I figured the heat was terrible and she probably had cancer. And I don't know. Anyways, it seemed goddamn clear why Seymour wanted me to shine my shoes when I went on the air. It made sense.
Franny was standing. She had taken her hand away from her face to hold the phone with 2 hands. He told me to, she said into the phone. He told me to be funny for the fat lady once. She released one hand from the phone and placed it very briefly on the crown of her head, then went back to holding the phone with both hands. I didn't ever picture her on a porch, but with very thick legs, very veiny. I had her in an awful wicker chair. She had cancer too, though, and she had the radio going full blast all day. Mine did too. Yes. All right. Let me tell you something now, buddy. Are you listening? Franny looked extremely tense, nodded.
I don't care where an actor acts. It can be in summer stock. It can be over a radio. It can be over television. It can be in any goddamn Broadway theater, complete with the most fashionable, most well-fed, most sunburned-looking audience you can imagine. But I'll tell you a terrible secret. Are you listening to me? There isn't anyone out there who isn't Seymour's fat lady. That includes your Professor Tupper, buddy, and all his goddamn cousins by the dozens. There isn't anyone or anywhere that isn't Seymour's fat lady. Don't you know that? Don't you know that goddamn secret yet? And don't you know, listen to me now, don't you know who that fat lady really is? Ah, buddy, it's Christ himself. Christ himself, buddy. For joy, apparently, It was all that Franny could do to hold the phone, even with both hands. For a foolish half minute or so, there were no other words, no further speech. Then, I can't talk anymore, buddy. The sound of a phone being replaced in its catch followed.
Let's do it for the fat lady!